Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you undetected.
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
No.
Around?
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.
Boom. You're on.
Did nobody hear me that whole time?
Hold on. Let me turn down my thing.
Because my mic was on.
You. Nobody heard you.
Nobody heard me that whole time?
Nobody.
Guys, David, I'm on with the one and only David Gockstein. Y'all are seeing this in real time, the man who runs this network. And you just missed our convo that was broadcasted to y'all, but now it's just choose your own adventure. David, am I here? Are we on the airwaves? Are we live?
You are live. You are live.
Are we no longer giving the people blue balls? Can I start?
You can certainly start now.
Well, geez, David, you sure make a girl know how to hold out. All right, here we go. I'm hanging up. Thank you, David.
Goodbye.
See you on the airwaves. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor. I don't even know what just happened, but basically, we're going in with a bang here on GNN. And I know I don't look quite like David. You know, I got the blonde and the boobs. David's got like the beard and the brunette thing going on, but that's okay. All right. You just missed. We had some tech problems. And I called David straight up and I said, David, help me talk to your people. What's going on here? What's going on here, buddy? We talked about David doing an up in a Speedo, in a banana hammock, in the shower, me doing all like I said, now it is going to be choose your own adventure, up to interpretation. Sadly, the tech lords didn't let you all in on that. But whoo, now I already have under boob sweat. We didn't even start. And it is 6:09. Do with that what you will. Guys, welcome to the inaugural Talk to Me, Taylor on GNN. And before getting this stream up and running here, like I said before that you guys missed, Fox News, CNN, nobody cares about you. Your old news. Like your mama. I'm about to bring your mama jokes out on you. No one cares. This is where it's at. So you guys are really seeing in real time the new wave of media and the tech shit that goes down and all of it. Hence getting the stream up and running. And I was in a twilight blue abyss before this. But I have to say, I was a little nervous. Like I had my little shock going on. I was a little nervous because I have viewers old and new. I'm new to GNN. I've been doing my show 5 years, but I feel like, I'm in my Thursday best for you all. And I really wanted to make a good impression. It's like, it's kind of, I feel like giddy. It's like a first date, maybe even like prom night. I mean, when you think about it, I am losing my GNN virginity. So it's going to go down. Like I said, I have all the butterflies. I'm feeling all the things. It's going to go down tonight. So yes, I'm dressed to impress. And by the way, unlike some other hosts, I am in the comments, baby. I'm watching. And I may even put the comments on blast here on Talk to Me, Taylor. And I'm going to be interacting and watching in real time. So let's blow this popsicle stand that is speed dating and really get into it. Welcome to the first Talk to Me, Taylor. And now the power mode is on. All those little first date, prom night, yeah, I'm in the power seat. I am in the driver's seat and y'all are along for the ride. So let's get into it. Okay, we are first up going to be talking about Sabrina Carpenter's viral new album. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, listen, Barbie, what does Sabrina Carpenter have to do? Like, we're here for the crypto. We're here for the Bitcoin. Because patience, grasshoppers, okay? Because it is all about power this episode. And Sabrina Carpenter, she did a little power flip. And by the way, this is for all you in the back. This is for all you who sadly missed whatever happened with David and I were figuring out the tech. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to put that thing down, flip it and reverse it and bring it to the Bitcoin blockchain world and the power of it all at the end. Oh, yes. Where else is it tits out, pop culture, tech titans, politics? Thank you, David Gockstein. And if you're, begrudgingly watching this, you know David's DMs. You have David to thank. You can take it up with him. Okay, so Sabrina Carpenter's new man's best friend. Here's the thing. I really don't know where some people put their brains or if their brains ever existed to begin with. And I'm not just talking about any old Joe and Jane down the street. I'm talking about people of influence. I'm talking about the Gayle Kings. I'm talking about, even on the other side of the aisle, conservative influencers. because these pea brains have been taking Sabrina Carpenter's very controversial new album cover. It's like the gift that keeps on giving, like Sydney Sweeney's jeans. Sydney, who I've met, I'll tell you guys a story. How's this for jeans? Like, let's go. We're going to break the internet right here. The stream, I'm pretty sure Restream already did, right? But they are taking Sabrina Carpenter's new album and the cover at face value. Why is that? And it's like, they didn't even bother. They didn't even bother to use a single brain cell, which, like I said, I don't even know if they had them to begin with. I thought you people were supposed to be smart. It's like the kids at Columbia, the kids at Harvard. Like, who said it? I thought you people were supposed to be smart. Stop disappointing. So her new album, Man's Best Friend, on the cover, which you may or may not have seen. I'm not even going to play with this tech today. It already showed me, or I would bring it up here on the screen. Okay, but use your imaginations. Let me take you to another land. It shows her on all fours, looking super hot, and a man has her by the hair, and she's in this very submissive position, right? And of course, all of these numbskulls, from Gayle King to being like, what does it mean? What does it possibly mean? Like, don't split a brain cell, don't break yourself, right? To all of these conservative commentator, I hate, there's a lot of things. I got a lot of qualms. You're going to see. I'm not afraid to call it out on the show, but I really don't like when conservative women and conservatives are out here making me look like a leftist liberal. Like, guys, knock it off. This is one of those times because you have these conservative commentators going, this is liberal feminism. This is what they think feminism is. And she's just being a submissive dog and all fours and me. Babe, again, just even half of a brain cell will do. Because they obviously miss the entire point, the entire satire, the entire tongue in cheek. Like, sweetie, satire, it's a thing. Look it up. So here's what Sabrina Carpenter does so brilliantly, which is why, and this pertains to you guys. Again, if you're crypto bros, if you're like, lady, what? Here's why. Because she is so smart and she somehow captures the essence of millennial, Gen Z, even I would say maybe even Gen X, right? The dynamic that's all topsy-turvy and dysfunctional between men and women right now. So that's what's so genius about Man's Best Friend, because she's in this submissive role, but really she's kind of like taking notes and then she's putting them on blast, but not in like a typical liberal man-hatey, smash the patriarchy type of way. And what the album does, it sort of captures this love-hate relationship. I know that you all can relate that men and women have, right? She even flips, like, again, flipping the power dynamic, right? Because again, it's like, you think I'm your man's best friend, which is a play on, like, a dog, right? And I'm going to, cozy up to you and be your little sexual, feminine, submissive. And really, she's like, I am plotting to literally put you all on blast. And it is so, so smart. So what she does is, she calls, the first single was Man Child, and it really does capture, I've talked a lot about this, how men in this day and age have lost their footing and lost their way navigating masculinity. Even small things like, guys, I'm in the chat, raise your hand if you can change a tire. Okay, A+. Raise a hand if you don't ghost. Raise a hand if you respect women. Not hard. Raise a hand if you communicate, pick up the phone and call. These are all the things she talks about. And I love how she flips it. The next song is called Tears. And normally, like the Taylor Swift thing, right? It's like, boys are mean and they broke my heart and me. Like, bitch, stop it. Like, how is this empowering, right? I'm crying tears down my face. What does Sabrina Carpenter do? She has a song called Tears about getting wet when guys perform these simple tasks, like maybe cleaning or picking up or respecting me or communicating. It is foreplay. Like, you got me turned on, buddy, right? It's sort of this like love-hate thing with men, while it's poking fun at them, but also acknowledging I'm really turned on by you. So it's this sort of thing, even men, I know you guys experience it too. It's sort of this can't live with him, can't live without him, right? Because there are also songs on the album that are an ode to how hot men make her feel. Like, I am basically horny for you. I love men. That's why it's not that male bashy shit that we're all so over. So that's what's so genius. It really strikes that balance of capturing all of that, the qualms with it, the issues, the dysfunction, and also the love and admiration for men. and her own dysfunction. She has a song on there which is like, yes, I will basically make you miserable, keep you guessing, keep you in the dark. You won't even know, bitch. Like your head will be spinning, and I'm a little dysfunctional myself. So I love that it covers all of those, that entire basis. And so when you have people like Gayle King, right? Now, knowing what we know, the album's out, we've heard this whole thing, and you go back to the album cover. Now, people are still talking about this again, and they're like, oh, this is supposed to be empowering women. Meh, meh, meh. You have Gayle King being like, literally doing a oral dissertation thesis with Sabrina Carpenter. Like, lady, this is not hieroglyphics of Egyptian pyramids. Like, it is not that hard. She sits down with Sabrina Carpenter. She's like, what does the album cover mean to you? Sabrina Carpenter's looking at her like, it's a take on a power flip, power dynamic, being in on it. And so, guys, it just makes me really sad when people, are that dense and are that dumb. And, hopefully here on GNN, we change things. We make the world, a better place in restoring some brain cells. So, yeah, so that's what's so great about Man's Best Friend. It's like man-eater incognito in disguise. And the thing about it, and this is where it's going to bring us all into the end now that I just showed my full-blown heart on for Sabrina Carpenter, which, by the way, I'm not even like a Billboard magazine album artist critique connoisseur, critic, nor am I a Sabrina Carpenter fan who's going to dress like her and show up at her concerts. I just love how she does things, how she's so unapologetic. She breaks out of that box. And the thing is with this album, even all the lyrics, how she dresses, all of it, because she'll get shit all the live long day. Like her dressing like this takes away from her talent. And I guess, again, your brain's not big enough to handle both. Your problem, Bob, not ours. But the thing is, she never loses her power. She never loses her step. Even in songs about breaking up, it's like, ta-ta, fuck off, hope you never get laid again. Have a good one. It's not like I'm sitting here in fetal position, again, like a Taylor Swift crying over you. It's like, nope, she never loses her power. Which brings me to, again, with the Sydney Sweeney. Okay, here's the thing. So I know you may be thinking, I thought the same thing. Like, why do we care? Why do we care, right? So Sydney Sweeney, I'm getting text right now. Since we're doing this, let's just see who, oh, okay. I'm getting, yeah, I will reveal some of those maybe later or maybe not. It's all about breaking out of the box. Let's just say y'all miss the transparency of Dave. And David loved it, by the way, when I couldn't get the stream to start and you guys were just looking at like a high school theater's background stage production. He was like, I love this. I want to show the people more of this. You missed it. So I'm just going transparent Taylor on your ass. And I'll just say for what it is, I'm getting sexts. I am getting sexts during my show as we speak. So you know what? That's talk about, and I just literally dismantled. Oh, you guys just saw my notes. Okay. You know what? We all want transparency. Take a note, mainstream media, because no one believes your bullshit no mo. Okay. So Sydney Sweeney, you guys know the whole thing, the American Eagle jeans. It's still, now she's going viral again because she's doing a new ad and she's like, you can't even make this up. It's for Jimmy Choo. She's dressed like this is a sidebar. She's dressed like a ballerina. And apparently people were saying it was upsetting to the ballerina community. I don't know, guys. I do not make up what goes on in their heads, clearly. But either way, now the talk of the town is Sydney Sweeney is dating Scooter Braun. And again, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why could we be bothered? I want to learn how to make money. That's why I come to GNN. I want to hear the deets. Again, power, right? Power show. And I know you guys all probably have even power. I don't want to say struggle, but dynamics in your own relationships. That's why this all matters, right? And I'm going to show you in the end here how it matters in your day-to-day and your wallet, perhaps. But I sound like Jennifer Garner in that Capital One commercial, except I'm way naughtier than she is. Okay. Thought criminal. Why do I talk? Okay. So Sydney Sweeney. Okay. So Scooter Braun, if you guys don't know, is a very, I've interviewed him and I was like, is he like, this is how much I'm also living under a rock. I'm like, I thought he was married. I don't even know. He's basically a very powerful producer in Hollywood. He discovered Justin Bieber. He's worked with Usher, all these people. Right. And so now the talk of the town is Sydney is matched up with him. Okay. First thought is, again, why do I care? Second is, I'm just glad it's not Tom Brady. So that's all I have to say. When there were rumors about her with Tom Brady, I was like, oh, hell no. The earrings are coming off. I'm a New England girl. I don't know if you can hear the accent, but Tom Brady is my guy. And that's when I was like, I draw the line. This has gone too far. I've interviewed Sydney. I almost called her Sweeney. You know, of all things, the irony is not lost on me. We actually bonded over our endowed chess, because it was when she was doing The Handmaid's Tale and she had to play almost like a little girl and they had to tape her boobs down. And I was like, Sid, same. When I was in my high school production of Sound of Music, they taped mine down too when I was one of the Von Trapp kids. That's my Sydney Sweeney story. Very nice girl. But still, I was like, does that warrant Tom Brady? I don't know. But we have nothing to fret yet, guys. Okay. But it got me thinking about power. And I was like, so this is like a power thing going on with Sydney Sweeney. And I have to admit, I'm a girl who can admit, a change of heart or when she was wrong. And hey, Dano Crypto, I see you. For the love of all lords. If you want to elaborate, I'm here for you. So this is a power thing, right? The last guy that she was with was also, I think her, she similarly with Scooter Braun, like 15 to 20 years her senior, and was a co-partner producer, whatever it is. And I have to admit, I was like, I've had a little bit of a change of heart with Sydney Sweeney, because I will say, I actually gave her some shit. I was a little tough on her for the American Eagle thing. And not because she was, using her sexuality, being super hot. I was all for that. It was more to me that it was just super kind of cheesy and lame and low-hanging fruit, no pun intended. But I've had a little bit of change of heart because I've learned that she can do kind of bad. Like, she is that bitch. She may be on the low about it, but apparently, and I've seen videos, she's like a killer, not killer literally. She's a really good shooter. She can kind of rebuild a car from like scratch or something. I was like, okay, girl, like that is that bitch. So I can admit, again, unlike most of the people saying news out there who are in a circle jerk to their own narratives, when I was, was wrong or changed my mind. But got me thinking all about power, the people that powerful people seek out. And it kind of makes sense, right? Powerful people you kind of seek your equal and have a hungry sexual appetite, so to speak, which brings me to my next story. Guys, I know you're going to feel a type of way about this one. So this story was actually brought to my attention today. It is about Sadia Khan. She's a Pakistani high value, quote, dating coach. I know you guys have seen her. She is everywhere. You can't escape. I don't know if you guys are Andrew Tate fans. I'm not, but it's like that. It's like, dude, this guy is on my screen again. And she's like that. She's a version of that. And the funny thing is her whole brand is, I don't know if she really understands and has mastered human psychology or men and how they actually think and what they want to hear versus just what they want to hear. So her whole thing is how men should be treated. Ladies, you're doing, and advice to men too. If you're single in your 30s, here's what's going on. But really her whole thing is how women can prop up men and, make them feel all types of good, like be their live and fluffer, all that shit. And just, so she's been on Jay Shetty, Lewis Howes, like all the usual suspects, right? Like preaching to anyone who will listen about how to treat men and how ladies are doing it wrong. And I'm not going to lie, even some stuff I've seen, I'm like, okay, all right, I can learn a thing or two from this. Turns out, well, allegedly, again, rumor on the street is, I don't want to get GNN sued in the first step, that she actually this whole time has been a side piece to a married man. And it has caused quite the tizzy. Yeah, see, you thought you were like Sabrina Carpenter, this, that, Gail. Okay, I don't know how this relates. I know you have a feeling about that because it is quite polarizing. It is quite polarizing. And everybody has chimed in. And it has neither been confirmed nor denied. But it has to make you laugh, right? Talk about satire. And here's the thing with this. And I too have grappled with this because, I may look cute and blonde and all the things, you know, like Little Miss Sunshine, or some may or may not think. But I do not have a conventional, in the box, orthodox personal life. And doing my show, I've grappled with this at length, going, how much do I reveal? Will it be off-putting? Is it too out of the box? Will people not understand it? Will they be here for it? And I've noticed in real life, people, look, I'm getting anxious. I'm getting nervous right now talking about it. Talk about prom night. My oh my, it's like bringing back memories. But people will often either respect it, or they'll be like, well, shit, I kind of want that. Like, people just want to be liberated. And so that's why even when it comes to this girl, Sadia, it's like nobody wants to be honest. And now we don't know the detail. I'd be curious to know, you know, did the wife know? Did the husband communicate? Was it part of some agreement? Did she have a partner at the time, and did they know? Like, you never know, right? And I personally, I won't get into the hairy details. Just know that I too am out of the box. And I'm going to go, you know what? Fuck it. We're going all out. I'm just going to do it. And David, if you cancel me after this, that's fine. But here's something, I've never said this on the air before, right? I'm in a committed relationship. I hook up with guys outside of my relationship, and my boyfriend knows it. And he's like, do your thing, live your life, be free, but put me first. Don't put them above me. Right. And so even that, I've always been scared to say it publicly. Like, what is it going to get? Is it going to get backlash? Are people not going to understand? And so you can love it or hate it, but that's the truth. That's what it is. And I think, you know what? I'm going to walk the walk. If I'm telling this girl or whoever else to be honest, be honest. Nobody wants to be honest. And that actually is power, right? When you think about it. So I'm sure this girl, that's what's so crazy. It's like, it's such a meta moment. It's like, trust no bitch. It's like when it just hits a little too hard. It's like meta. It's like, trust no bitch with the brand and trust no bitch with your man, because you just don't know. And also just the facade, right? It's like, it makes you think about everything. I say this all the time. Everything is marketed, manufactured. It's all about the brand. And it's like, just be real. AI is going to come in and disrupt and eradicate everything. So what the fuck do you have to lose? Like, who cares? And so it's like somebody like this who so carefully curated such a like specific brand and this morality, like holier than thou. And I mean, we've heard this. How many times have we heard of, you know, conservatives who are outwardly, you know, homophobic and doing all kinds of freaky deaky shit in the shadows? It's just like the tale as old as time. So just be honest. And people are scared. And I get it. I too was scared. But we're over it, you know? We're over it. You got to just come out with it, because people are going to sniff it out and be on you. And in this case, it'll bite you in the ass anyway, because it is all getting out there and it is all getting exposed. So again, I get it. I get why people are scared to be honest, but you just got to do it. That's the way to go. All right. So next up, when we talk about power, is when it goes a little too far, and abuse of power. But before, we're talking the Epstein files being, it is like, again, you talk about the thing that just keeps going. You talk about that. That is like, these people, this administration, Trump and Bondi, they dangled this shit over our head, the JFK files. Like, you want to talk about a nothing burger? You want to talk about the biggest boner killer? I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, we're going to get the deets. Nothing new. Crickets, tumbleweed. All I could hear was the janitor in the back, like, over it. So the Epstein files are being, the whole story is kind of being resurfaced. And here's why. There are survivors who are basically like, look, you guys talk this big talk and you didn't deliver shit. There were like 30,000 documents that were just released, and I think 1,000 of them had new information. So these women are basically like, you know what? I got to give it to them, power. If you guys aren't going to do it, we're going to take it into our hands and we're going to do it ourselves. So you have people, and this has been a bipartisan issue, right? You have Nancy Mace, who had a private kind of hearing with them prior to, they had a 2-hour press conference. I believe it was yesterday, at Capitol Hill, the survivors, but they had a private hearing. And Nancy Mace, who also just recently came out as a victim, I think recently within the last 2 years, came out visibly, like she was like, no, I can't even talk to reporters, like visibly shaking and crying. And she said she had a panic attack, the whole thing. Massey is in on it, also Ro Khanna, right, who's a Democrat. So basically they're saying this is a list for and by survivors. And these women are basically saying, we are going to name names. We're going to air this out. And again, I always say this, if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Now, here's this issue. Here's where it's real dicey. It is real dicey. Okay. Because you can hear a spider piss on a napkin. Yes, indeed. Actually, that is true. I forgot that one, but you're exactly right. Torch turkey. Torch turkey. Is that a sexual innuendo, by the way? Or is that just a Thanksgiving, something gone wrong? I don't know. I need to know the backstory. So I've been very vocal about this issue from the beginning. Remember a little thing called Time's Up? Yeah. I was a red carpet reporter on the red carpet in Hollywood when all of these celebrities were parading around like they were the Miss USA pageant, kind of like similarly to the conservative influencers, by the way, who had these big shiny Epstein files binders to find out you open them and it's like a crossword puzzle from first grade. Like, give me a break. So a couple things here. This is where I'm on, like, I see all sides of this issue, okay? Common sense always reigns supreme. Always. Queen Common Sense, King Common Sense. We love them. I interviewed R. Kelly survivors. And I basically straight up asked them. I said, all these women, the Meryl Streeps, the Nicole Kidmans, and this and that, are parading around in this show and pony dance. Pony and horse dance? I don't know. You guys know. In their black dresses. And I don't see them naming shit. So what are they doing for you guys? Again, virtue signaling. It's Hollywood's favorite hobby, only hobby, virtue signaling. I saw it up close. And the R. Kelly survivors were like, yes, basically. They want to save face. They want to save their own asses. And they don't want to name names because they're protecting themselves in their own career. So sure, they'll wear a black Versace dress or Armani, may he rest in peace. I think he died today. Too soon? I don't think so. I say not. And they won't actually walk the walk, right? So I had the interviews, I had the bites. I was like, this needs to be said. Because again, I like what I just said, being honest. Truth will find you, sweetie. Truth does not sleep, okay? Just like karma. And I pitched it to every publication under the sun, what these R. Kelly survivors had to say. And guess what? No one picked it up. And I even got some feedback from some that were like, Taylor, this is such a great piece, but basically, we can't run this. Why? They couldn't run it because they are all in one big dysfunctional menage a trois, circle jerk power. You talk about the institutions. I know you guys are very much into like, big finance, all that, banks. You want to talk about entertainment, media. They're all in bed with one another. God forbid they can't call out celebrities because that celebrity, Meryl, this person, they'll never talk to that outlet again. They're screwed. So you guys want to talk about, trust me, I got my little We the People. You can't see it, but you want to talk about freedom, free speech, free press. Yeah, not really. They're all basically, like I said, in one big gangbang with one another to protect their own asses and to feed into their own power. Like many of politicians, all just self-serving, right? Like what is it actually doing for the people? Or in this case, the people they're there to support and like fake crying. Like, oh, we need to help victims. Yeah, lady, I don't see you naming a name. Name one. Bring them down. If they really did these bad things and if justice should be served, do it. I didn't see it. Just like torch turkey. I heard the spider piss on a napkin. That was about it. Now on the flip side, okay? Because you never know what you're going to get in this box of tricks. That is Talk to Me, Taylor. I've also been very vocal about Me Too going too far. And it became believe all women, believe every woman, which I wasn't for. I wasn't behind that because I'm like, oh, gee, well, what could possibly go wrong? Men are, and I'm sure, hey, what's up? Hey, Heat Score. He said, what's up, lady? Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chats. Have fun here. Mi casa is tu casa. Men with Me Too going too far couldn't be men anymore. I'll never forget. I was on a red carpet when this was all going down, and a guy literally said to me, he was another reporter. He was like, can I compliment you on your dress? I just want to tell you it looks really nice. It looks really pretty. I'm like, wow, we've literally all become like androgynous, just like miscellaneous asexual objects. Because someone can't even compliment my goddamn dress. That's so sad. I had another instance when I was sitting next to Morgan Freeman in it was like a baby press conference. They used to call them roundtable interviews. It was like eight-ish reporters and the celebrity. Sure enough, I'm sitting right next to Morgan and I'm wearing ripped up Abercrombie jeans. And he looks at them and he looks at me and he's like, almost like, he's like, that's strategic, not at all sexual, not at all creepy, but in a way your grandparent would. Like, they sell them whole. They sell whole jeans down the street, right? So cut to the ends of the interview. And I have this all on camera. It's on my YouTube. I say to him, Morgan, is there something you want to say about my pants? And he looks at them and looks at me and he's like, wear them, baby. You probably saw it in the intro if you stuck around, and we high five and everyone cracks up. Well, cut to a year later or so, he was coming under fire for Me Too allegations. And I was contacted by an outlet who wanted to run that story, saying that there was someone there in the room from the outlet and that he openly objectified me and it wasn't okay. So they ran the story. And what did I do? I penned a rebuttal in Playboy saying he did not meet. First of all, I'm not a Me Too victim because you decide, okay? Like, I decide what's okay and not. That was totally okay. Fun jest, totally normal. And that's where it's gone too far. So another op-ed I wrote that did not get picked up was in defense of Dave Portnoy. If you guys remember, a lot of you may be Portnoy fans. And he and I, we've crossed paths and whatnot. But he was coming under fire for basically they were hit pieces that Business Insider was doing against him with these women with these half-baked allegations. And it was consensual. They just said he was rough. We think it was consensual, right? You can never say. And I wrote an op-ed saying, again, this kind of stuff doesn't help. Like, this only waters down real victims and their stories and makes us not believe them. It makes us think twice. Like, oh, okay, lady, who are you trying to take down? Oh, you have an axe to grind. And does that actually help people who are hurting, who are actual survivors of terrible abuse? It's not okay. So I wrote the piece. I self-published it because no one had the cojones or the balls to pick it up. And I'm just reading some of your comments here. And so Dave Portnoy caught wind of it and he came on my show to talk about it. And I was the only show that he went on at the time to discuss it. And obviously, he was making his case, but it was a very level-headed conversation. He's like, what are we talking about? Like, first of all, I have like the best decision I ever made for Barstool was hiring Erica, then the CEO. As a CEO, I call her daddy on the map. Jenna Marbles, who is the first, like, what are we like? I have a great relationship with my wife, my mom, all this. So, it just goes to show that this whole thing has become such a mess because, and again, it's all about honesty and it's all about truth. Just be out with it. Just be out with it. It's going to get you. Just ask Sadia if that's her name. Sadia Khan, just ask her. That's why, because we want to actually believe people. We want the weight to have significance, right? And we don't want imagine your daughter, your sister, your friend coming out and be like, no one believes me. Like, how horrible is that? So that's why these women, and I've even seen conservatives, because they're riding Trump's dick so hard that, and Trump, I am a huge fan of Trump, but he doesn't do himself any favors, because he, again, was like, we're going to expose this. Now suddenly he's like, it's a Democratic hoax that they made up. It's like, buddy, what? Stop it. Stop it right now. This is like the same kind of conservative amnesia that ran rampant when all the conservatives were jerking off and praising Sydney Sweeney, when like 3 months later they were burning her like the Salem witch trials, being like, she's too sexual. Like, stop it with the amnesia. So it does make you wonder, who's in those files? Is there something to hide? And then he'll say, this is taking, I'm reading some of your comments here, which I love, by the way, keep them coming. He's saying they're just doing this on purpose to take away from all of the accomplishments and how far we've come in stopping wars and all this and that. And I get the validity and the merit in that, but at the same thing, I'm like, dude, again, it's like you want to talk about a cock tease or talking prom night. That is sort of the loose theme. It is like the girl who's teasing, and then maybe she like unzips the pants. I don't know if it's a little too on the nose with this example, but you get it. And then leaves you with blue balls. It's like, you have been dangling. It was a talking point in the campaign. So what are we even doing? It definitely does make one wonder. Even like Marjorie Taylor Greene is in on this, which makes you think like, yes, it's not grocery prices. It's not gas prices. It's not our jobs or things that affect us day to day per se. But even there, like, this is an issue. David said I knew Zeno would show up. Okay. Hey, Zeno. Hey, David. Long time no see. Funny seeing you here. Are you the new IT tech guy? Because if so, I'm gonna have you on call. So that's what's going on, with that. And we'll see how it plays out. But yes, I have seen conservative commentators being like, oh, well, now these women are just going to come out with a list and it's just believe all women. And this is where, again, no one did, certainly not the left and celebrities in the media, did themselves any favors by crucifying and taking down any single man. Literally could be like, the guy on set who does the snacks looked at me weird and now his entire business and reputation is ruined. It's like, okay, first of all, now anyone's scared to do or say anything and they're taken down immediately. And we don't believe the victim. So it's just, we made a mess of this whole thing. But I will say at the end of the day, that's why you have to kind of just parse it out, take it with a grain of salt, because it is really great. But I will say that I give them kudos for stepping up again and taking it by the balls and being like, you know what, like, and I saw some of their testimonies and what they said, and they're like, you know what, if you all won't with the big power seats in Congress and this and that, then we will. So I give them kudos for that. Let's see what happens. But again, just remember to take it with, it's gray. It's not black and white. And, you got to just take it for what it is, case by case, and we'll see what happens. But to jump on a bandwagon like, oh, they're just trying to get at Trump. It's like, slow your roll. Chill. Not everything is about Trump 24/7, contrary to your brains. Okay. So lastly, speaking of Trump, okay, have you guys seen and I'm only running a little bit behind because David and I were the equivalent of janitors in this restream trying to get this up for 10 minutes, but it's okay. We're just making up for lost time. So, I mean, I've had a fun time so far. I hope you guys have too. So this sort of like trolling AI war between Gavin Newsom and Trump is nothing short of hilarious. It is like the recess, playground. It's like, I know you are, but what am I? Gavin Newsom. Listen, I was a California resident when COVID went down. Okay. That man annihilated my business, my lifestyle, my own brain cells, my well-being. So I got a bone to pick with Gavin. And you know what? Your looks and your hair can't save you, buddy. But in the meantime, good looks only go so far, Gav. But in the meantime, they're in this AI trolling war that actually is very funny. And it is what I do. We'll see with the Epstein stuff, what happens. But I do give kudos to Trump in that regard of being so honest and being like, I don't care. Fuck off. Fuck the fuck right off. And he's the most powerful man in the world, right? So everybody here could take something from that. And so again, Gavin Newsom was asked about it. He was like, we're going to outdo the Trump coin. Meh, meh, meh. And they were like, okay, what's the name of your coin, Gavin? And he's like, the Trump corruption coin. It's just like, oh my God, literally be more original. Like on their tombstones, it is going to be like, Trump should be impeached. It's like, we get it. Even Maxine Waters now still going. It's like, lady, you guys have tried this a million times. Like, give it up. It's like, the guy doesn't want to go out with you. He's just not that into you. It doesn't work. You can't get him out. Like, just stop. Right. That's her only strategy. But looking at the coinage of it, I'm not experts like you guys, although I have interviewed some of the biggest crypto influencers, tech titans there are. David, you're next to enter the Talk to Me trailer chat. I did see that there is some talk about Ethereum potentially flipping Bitcoin. Now, if you're new to the space or if you don't really understand, Bitcoin is like the king of crypto, right? And I know there have been talks before about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin and it's never materialized. And so now people are going, okay, like I think twice before, right? And it never actually happened. And I was doing a little digging and I saw, and you guys are pros, again, you know this, but I saw how yet again, it's like one more thing. You want to talk about power, the power structures that be. It's like one more thing where the big institutions and the power players dictate the future of it. And it kind of pisses me off. It's like, because now you see more and more like you see Wall Street is bullish on Ethereum. And for those of you who don't know, basically they're excited about Ethereum, just like I was excited about the JFK files and nothing happened. But it's like, isn't the whole point supposed to be that it's decentralized, it's for the people? Like, it just makes me mad. It's like, yet again, one other institution trying to dictate and control our life, like no matter how conscious they are or not of it, that dictate our lives and our money and where things are going. And I thought it was for the people by the people. And I'm not for that, And I ask, you guys will see eventually in my interviews, I always ask these tech titans and these innovators, can there be true decentralization without mass manipulation? And it's a really interesting question because you guys know these people have hard-ons for controlling every aspect of our life and facet of our life, right? Whether it's government, media, pharma, tech, banks. And, they can't wait to get their greedy paws on all this stuff, obviously. So you'll see what they say. But our time here has come to an end. And I guess what I will say with all of this, since the theme was power today, is to always, you see with all of these examples, right? But no matter what, to maintain and hang on to your own power. So with that said, it may be prom night and you may get a little action, but hop on in to my back seat, the back seat. That is Talk to Me, Taylor. All right, guys, this was fun. I'm going to catch up on the comments later and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. David, my tech guy. David, have you been devoted to tech guy? You and I will you will figure it out. We will figure it out and I'll see you guys then. Bye. Chris, how is your pee break?
My pee break.
It might flash you on the tip.
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
But I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.